That.
Nope.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, we're running a little late today. There might have been someone who didn't send the link to everybody, and that might have been me. But, you know, there is a combination of a lot of things going on that make live functioning impossible. I'm falling short on a very regular basis, but we're missing a few people today because of the holidays. And first of all, so excited to have Christina, because normally she is taking care of her boys' learning.
I also have the dogs running back and forth, and so we're on, break, so everybody's a little crazy. So I don't know what this.
Oh, we're so happy to have dogs and boys running across. That makes us so. Oh, there's people behind you! Yay!
Like, I said, just leave me alone. They made lots of noise earlier. I'm like, no, everybody needs to be quiet. But the trash truck came, and there's deliveries, so there's barking, there's excitement. So I'm just gonna I'm right here. Hi.
That is the beauty. I would say that's the biggest gift of 2020 is that, we're just our real selves when we show up now. We don't have to pretend to be like, no one has to dress up. I mean, it's great. Here we are. Okay, so also we're so excited to have Lori with us today. Lori is one of our favorite members of our community. Really, she's always participating and giving us great feedback. And so we're really excited to have you here today as a guest. And our topic today, and we'd love all of you to jump in if you have anything that you want to share. The last people that get thought of in the holidays are the moms who are running around like crazy to deliver and over-deliver a holiday experience. So I am going to start out by saying what I always wish for during the holidays. And I think there are two things. One is that my husband will lead the charge for what I am asking from the kids. And those two things don't happen. So what I want is for someone to see a weary mom in the kitchen and say, how can I help? Or better yet, walk over to the dishes and put them in the dishwasher. It is, I don't know, nothing makes me feel more successful in life. Like I raised these beings to watch and pay attention. And I will tell you, it is such a bad dream on my part because I am disappointed often, but not always. So there's that little bit of me that's always hoping today will be the day. Thanksgiving is usually a holiday where it doesn't happen. And as I've written about, I sometimes have a tantrum. So let's go around, and I'm going to pass this to Lori.
Good morning, everyone. Mine is kind of twofold, and I hope I don't take this from someone else, but in my family, it's like there must be this magical elf somewhere. Somehow all the Christmas cards, we make a family photo card. When I say we, I make a family photo card. And so I start in January, and I go through all the pictures of the whole year, and I find, half dozen, and then I pare it down. And that takes me days and hours. Then I make the photo card, right? Then magically, like somehow it has to get into the envelope, the return address on it, the stamp on it, and filling it out. And it would be just really nice while I'm sitting at the kitchen table, trying to, actually address them. And my handwriting isn't as nice as even my husband's. He has beautiful handwriting. If somebody would sit, now I will say, I did enlist my family this year. My son, probably the last 3 years, my son has taken the photo card, put it in the envelope, put the return address and the sticker on it. And he feels like he's accomplished something. And I got to tell you, I build him up because that alone does help me so much. But I sit there and I guess I'm old school. I still write out every address. 60 plus cards we send out every year. And it would be so nice if my husband or my son my son's excuse is, Mom, my handwriting's terrible. There's some truth to that. So it would be nice if somebody would help fill out the cards, send them off. And then I don't know about you ladies, but I have that right brain, left brain thing going with being a science person. And so, yes, I wrap every gift, but I wrap it, I put a bow on it, I take the sticker off and put the, the tag on it, the to from. That's as good as my skills get. I wish I had that elf that would come down and would wrap them magically like the department store does, where they're beautiful. I mean, they're too beautiful. You don't even want to open them up. It's too beautiful to even open. I would love to have help with that. That's what Mama wants here, is someone to help me, because nothing is wrapped yet in this house. Yes, today's the 21st and there's not one wrapped gift yet, except like when we've had to hurry up, wrap it to take it somewhere to give, whatever, but not one wrapped one. So it would be so nice if the department store elf could help me make better wrapped presents.
Maybe that's a new business model. But Lori, I just wanted to let you know that Jody is driving down to visit her parents in Florida today. And so she just wrote, "Hi, Lori. So cool to see you behind the scenes."
Nice. Thank you, Jody.
Okay, we're going to move on to Christina.
Okay. I had a hard time thinking about this one this morning when we were discussing it. Because I think at this age, this really old age I am right now, I have pared down the holiday experience so that I don't overdo it. I used to overdo it. I used to go crazy with the doing. And then I had children, and then I had little children. So I would do too much, and it just made me very angry and resentful. So I think I've pared down the holidays, especially this year, to the point where I'm not going crazy, although everybody else is on break and I'm not. But being surrounded by boys, I think, women, girls, we're kind of trained to pay attention to what people say and what they're looking at, what they're, interested in. And I don't necessarily get that so much being surrounded by, the men people in my household, although I'm working on it. So for me, the best thing I can get is to open a present on Christmas morning that I didn't ask for, wasn't on my Amazon wish list. It wasn't something that I said, "Hey, you see that? I want that." To open something and actually be like, you know what? I didn't know I wanted this, but this is pretty awesome. And I think it's, perfect. And I've had that happen a few times. I had my husband a couple of years ago got me these socks. They're socks. I'm not talking anything like a car in the driveway or anything like that. But, the things that I may not want or see or notice for myself, and when somebody else does it for me, I think that's just, I don't know, it's special.
Lovely. Thanks, Christina. Okay, let's move on to Jen. Oh, by the way, Jen and Lori, thanks for the festive attire.
Yes, well, Lori, you reminded me that I need to be festive today, and this is extra festive because if I find the button that I push on this, oh, there they go. Okay. I don't want to have a technical malfunction. I definitely want to echo some of what Lori and Christina have both said. I've always wanted to have a helper elf, and I do love, my kids have for many years now helped me put the Christmas cards in the envelope, or maybe I do that and they put on the stamp and the address label, and they get a little annoyed when I remind them which one goes where, but ask me why I have to. You all know. Anyway, and Christina, yes, I love when I get a little something that I didn't ask for. One year it was a dish towel with a goat on it, and I was over the moon. So it doesn't take much, people. It doesn't take much. But the thing that I want and that I enjoy the most is when my two kids give each other a gift that is some inside jokey thing that only they get, and it cracks them up. And my husband and I look at each other like, that's what you wanted? This is what made you happy? And that to me is like the home run moment of the holidays. So anytime that happens, my heart is full. It's all we all want, right? As moms, is can't we all get along? So that to me is that in a nutshell. And even if it's just that moment, I will take that moment. So how about Emily? What's on your mom wish list?
Well, I think you guys are hitting all of the high points here. Something I thought about with Sue, with your comments, is just like, you want your mom at Christmas. I think, like, to me, that's that person who is always, stepping in, filling in. And so, to train your kids and your spouse to mother you occasionally, right? Because mostly you have to go to your girlfriends for that if you don't have your actual mom to do it, I think. But it's early, and I stayed up. It's early on the West Coast, and I stayed up really late binge watching The Queen's Gambit last night. So I'm a little addled this morning. Yeah, I think, just some of those things like taking out the trash without being hounded to do it, and just being a little bit responsible for your own self. But I love the giggles, whether it's that funny, the funny inside joke present, or like the kids have done a little bit of hiding our elf, a small bit of that. Or just like when the three of them gang up on me and my husband sometimes is like one of the most gratifying things. So I don't know, I'm rambling. I don't have anything new to add to this conversation, but I completely relate to everything that's been said already. So I'll send it to Sharon.
Hi, everybody. I just am thinking about this in terms of where I am in life with my kids. My kids are ages 10 to 13, and hearing everybody talk, I'm thinking how much better it is. Not better, how much more help I get now than when they were younger. Like, my kids will help with the baking. They actually wanted to learn to wrap their own things this week. So I had kind of forgotten that. And I don't know, talking about this makes me appreciate that. But then on the other hand, I think about Sue. I think my expectations are even lower than yours. I don't actually expect yet people to come in and just do the dishes or just make things happen. My hope right now is that with all the stuff I'm doing, when I say, would you please unload the dishwasher, that I don't have to hear, why do I have to do that? That's what did so-and-so do? I don't want it. Your gratitude is great, but I want gratitude in action. I want you to just pitch in and see that I'm already doing a lot. I don't need to hear the complaints or the arguing over this and that. So that's it. I'll pass it back to you, Sue.
Okay, I want to say, as the woman with the oldest kids, that Emily, be careful what you ask for, because my kids have mastered the ganging up, and it's just not so much fun. Anyway, before we get off, because I've watched everything that was on my list. So The Queen's Gambit was one of it. I totally loved it. Everyone share what you're watching. Maybe we can give some ideas, and maybe if you're listening right now, also put them in the comments and we can share that, because, as things are closing down more and more, I think we're left to kind of come up with something to do, and it's a little more challenging than it used to be. So, especially if you have cold weather and it's icy out, it's a little hard to make the outdoors your playground. So what are you watching right now? I just started Younger, which the only thing is that I have to find it without commercials, because I've gotten so accustomed to just watching things that I'm dying with the commercials. So if anybody has watched it and watched it without commercials, let me know where you saw it. And then we're going to end. Jen, you're going to be the last one in this round. So everyone pass it to somebody else. And then Jen, I'm not going to come back on you. You wrap it up.
Okay.
So I'm going to pass it to Lori.
Oh, you need to unmute, Lori.
I am watching Cobra Kai and Mandalorian. That's what we've been watching. Going back and starting, because I was the last one to really get involved with those, but I'm enjoying it. So Cobra Kai and Mandalorian.
Okay, who do you want to throw it to? Sharon, you want to be up next?
My husband and I just finished Ted Lasso, and we liked it so much that we had our oldest start watching it right over again. So I said I wasn't going to watch it a second time, but if it comes on when I'm in the living room, I just get sucked in all over again, because it's so entertaining and surprisingly uplifting. Christina.
I'm watching the last season of the Great British Baking Show, because this is the time of the year when I just want to watch other people make beautiful things. So I'm watching that, and we discovered the Great American Baking Show, which is weird to me because it's American bakers in England. So that was fun to watch, and we watched the holiday edition. So yeah, just really fun holiday baking that makes me happy. How about you, Emily?
So I am, yes, deeply into the Queen's Gambit. My husband and I also just watched Ted Lasso. Highly recommend it. So much fun, so sweet. And if somebody's looking for a Christmassy thing to watch, I watched Dash and Lily on Netflix because I still like the teenage feeling shows. And I thought that was really cute too. And I did, Sue, I watched Younger. I think it was on the FX app. Would that be right? I think it might have started out on that network, but the clothes are just to die for, and there's no way in the world that she could have afforded the wardrobe on her salaries, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Jen?
So anybody who knows me knows that I have deep affection for anything that is from the BBC and involves murder. Those are the two requirements. And so we have hit on a gold mine, and I'm hoping we don't run through it too fast. There's 7 seasons and we're already on season 5. So I'm like trying to slow it down. We're watching Endeavour, which is a BBC. You probably could get it on BritBox or PBS, but it's also on Amazon Prime. So that's where we happen to be watching it. It's set in the 1960s in Oxford, England. And let me tell you, was a terrible place to live because people are dying left and right in that place. Don't go there. Whatever you do, it's crime ridden, it's infested. And we've gotten our kids involved with this now. They'll come and watch it with us. We call it the murder show. And the fun part is to be the first person to shout out "murder" when you see a body. So that's how we are getting along as a family right now. It tells you everything you need to know. So on that lovely holiday note, and also I'm going to tell you this headband is for children and it's squeezing the life out of my brain. We are going to say happy holidays to all of you. And we hope you get what you wish for this holiday season. Bye, everybody.